Hello, hello, hello. This is Janata here. Welcome, Sunflower family. Well, I said I was going to give it to you. I'm going to tell you the story on how I became the cat lady. When I said that I wasn't going to become a cat lady, I became the cat lady. Well, one day I was out in my backyard and I was just looking at, my house, seeing what repairs and stuff I want to get done to it. And I saw this cat. It was a gray cat. It would stop and it would look at me. Then it would run. It would go. Okay, so the next day I came out, taking Patrick out to do his doggy duties. And then, in the back of the house, I see that same cat again. And this cat, it's a girl. She would look at me and she would like creep around the edges of my house around, because I have a fence, a chain link fence in my backyard. And then she would hide into the overgrown grass. And then she would look at me, she would run again. All right, so I would say about 2 days later, all of a sudden, this very same cat, I nicknamed her Mama Sunflower. Mama Sunflower came up to me, to my heels, and she allowed me to pet her. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, wow, this cat used to be someone's home cat. This cat seems like a cat that's used to people and have lived in, someone's home. So she allowed me to pet her, and she meowed a lot. And I said, okay, so you want food? Let me see if I have some food. She's an outdoor cat. So down by my shed for her on like a paper plate, just to see if she would eat it, and she ate it. I was like, wow. At that time, I really didn't know too much about cats. I mean, I done had a cat before years ago as a kitten, but didn't keep it too long. However, she ate it, and I was praying, oh Lord, I hope I'm not gonna kill the cat by giving it dog food. But that's all the food that I had at the time for her to eat. So after that day, I went to the store and I purchased some gourmet dog food. This was for Patrick. I didn't think I would see that cat again, so I fed it that one time and she went about her way and she was gone. So yeah, I went to the store that day. I had to get Patrick some more food, and my husband said, hey, get him this food, you understand? He's old, and his teeth, yada yada yada. So I got about 3 little small, like the little gourmet soft dog food, and this was for my dog Patrick. Okay. I would say about another day later, I seen the same gray cat again. And let me tell y'all, she is beautiful. She had a beautiful gray tone fur with golden yellow eyes. Oh, she was a very, very beautiful, well, she is a very beautiful and smart cat. I'm gonna tell you, this Mama Sunflower cat, she can really, really know how to get humans' attention. And she got mine. So she came back, and I was like, okay, this time she was on my porch, under my carport of my home. So I was like, okay, so you can come back with some more food. So, okay, so I didn't have any cat food, so I went in, and at that time I was getting ready to throw out some leftovers. So it was like yellow rice, and it was some chicken. So I took a little bit of the yellow rice and some chicken, and I was gonna feed her. Then the next thing I know, I saw a little tiny head pop out from like behind where I had a box spring stored on my carport. I saw a little head pop out, one little tiny head. Then I saw like 2 more little tiny heads. Then I saw like 4 tiny heads. I said, oh my gosh. I said, girl, I fed you one time and you done brung your babies. She brought her little babies to my house to be fed. And yes, y'all, I fed them. But I said I was not going to become a cat lady. I said that. I said, look. I said, these babies are hungry. She brought the babies over. I'm going to feed them. I was advised not to say, oh, don't feed them or they'll stay around. And I was like, no, they run off or whatnot. They're stray cats or whatnot. But my heart wouldn't allow me not to feed her and her baby. So I found some food and I fed them. So after I fed them, they stayed around. They hung around. So Mama Cat will always give me love, show me gratitude. She would rub up against me. She'll let me pet her. And the little babies, they wouldn't let me get near them. At that time, they had a trust issue with me. Like, okay, Mama, we see you trust this lady, but we don't know her like that. Okay, so they would always run. And then I would like inch up. Like when I would bring out food for them, well, by this time I went to the store and I purchased the actual cat food for them because they were hungry. I was feeding them, So, and I didn't want, I didn't want them to die. So I purchased the cat food. So as I would feed them, I would just, inch my hand up just a little bit like this, so that they can get a sniff. And then I would try to pet. They would eat, run. Then eventually I can sneak in a pet or two because Mom would allow me to pet her while she's eating. And then the babies, I guess they saw what Mama Sunflower was doing, and I was able to sneak in a little pet or two while they were eating, but they would still run. So one time I came out, I thought they were gone because I haven't seen the kitties in about going on 2 days now. So one day I was happy to walk in the backyard and I saw Mama Sunflower. She was coming from my neighbor's house. It's like a brush of bushes. I guess because by that time I had done called my yard man, and they cut my grass down so it wasn't as high for them to really hide in. And I saw them in my neighbor's yard across the way, and she came running over, and she purred to me. So I went in the house. I had got some of the canned food that I purchased, and I gave it to them. They all ate, and then later on that day I went inside and I came out, and y'all won't believe what I seen and what I saw. Mama Sunflower was nursing these big behind kitties. Now I understand that, a mother do what she gotta do, but these cats are big cats, and they were eating on their own. But she was nursing them. So my heart went out. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, this cat is really a smart cat. She allowed them, even though they're like, big little kitties, to still nurse from her to keep them alive. Unfortunately, one of the black kitties, unfortunately, one of her black little kitty cats, she had 3 black ones, 2 gray. So she had a total of 5 kittens. Yeah. And one of the black ones, I believe, was sick. It was, I believe that one was like malnourished. But it did eat when I put food out. But I don't think it got enough nutrition before I can really, before I really start to, excuse me, I'm holding my device. So I believe that kitty that passed away didn't get enough nourishment from the mother, because she did have one aggressive little kitty. My son named him Oscar. Oscar was the last to get rescued. He was aggressive. He had to eat first. The other kitties, he would snatch like the bowl of food to him first. Him and mom would eat, and then what was left he would let his sisters eat. But the black little kitty that passed away, I didn't name it because at that time I was still stuck on not becoming the cat lady, which I became the cat lady. And they were all stray cats, so let me put that out there if I haven't already. They were stray cats that that took a liking to my spirit, to my soul. And I posted a picture of them, talking about them on Facebook and TikTok, but I think it was on TikTok. One of the person comments say you should reach out to your local rescue in your city. There's people that rescue animals. Check groups and Facebook, and that's what I did. So I took a video. I made a video of the cats, the mama and her babies, and I made a post to get them rescued. And I joined a group that rescues in my area here in another day. Mom cat came back to get more to eat, and then I saw her with only 3 cats. She had the 2 black ones and the 1 gray, and I was like, well, what happened to the other the dark gray one with the little stripes? I was like, what happened to that one? I haven't seen that one. And I began to talk to Mama Cat and asking her about her baby. She couldn't tell me. She don't speak English or talk human talk. She just mouthed, and she had the 3 with her that she had. But later I found out that that other little baby cat got ran over. Yeah, I was told that by a neighbor, that they said that they saw a little cat in the road, down ways, and they got ran over. By this time, I had got a response from TikTok, and then I got a lot of response from the group on Facebook. There was one person that reached out to me. They respectfully, I asked if I could document them rescuing the cat on my video. They respectfully said no, and I respect their wishes, so I'm not going to post anything about that person that rescued the cats on my video. But however, that person I felt more comfortable with, and we exchanged phone after we communicated through Facebook. We exchanged phone numbers, and we went from there. And that person has a heart of gold when it comes to animals. Yes, that I'm trying to keep myself from saying him or she, but anyway, that person had a heart of gold when it comes to saving animals. Okay, so this is how I caught Sunflower. One day, I just thought the kitties, I thought they were gone. Seriously. I thought they had done, left. I didn't see them no more because they're strays. It was gone. And then one day I saw Sunflower. She was sitting up there on the little tree stump, and I guess she was hungry. She was hungry, so I went inside. I got the cat food. And I said, okay, if you're gonna eat my food, you're gonna let me pet you just like your brother and sister does. So I went and got the food, but I was gentle, and I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. And then eventually Sunflower allowed me to touch her. I was shocked, y'all. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, I can't believe it. You actually let me pet you. I guess that's just how hungry she was. Mind y'all, they was gone for, 2 days? They were going with Mama Cat. Mama led them somewhere else. So, they were following behind Mama. Mama wasn't there. Okay, so, like I said, I had got in contact with the rescue person from Facebook. And I was able to pick up Sunflower and bring her in the house. Sunflower let me get that close to her. I was able to pick her up. Now this is the one that ran and was not having it. So I called the contact person, and that day Sunflower got rescued. And Sunflower had Patrick wasn't having it with Sunflower in the house. Sunflower, she was terrified of Patrick, but I calmed her down. Because Patrick, he's a good dog. He's an old man. Patrick's 15 years old, human years, and he's an old man. He didn't bark at her or anything like that. But I had her for a long time. Then she got loose in the house, and I had to get my son Nigel to help me capture Sunflower when the rescue person had gotten there to get her. Well, at that time, I didn't know what sex Sunflower was. So I asked the rescue person to help me identify it. And they told me that when you look at, the bottom, if it looks like this way, it's a girl. If it looks that way, it's a boy. Obviously, a boy cat has balls. So, yeah. So I nicknamed her Sunflower. And she got rescued. So after Sunflower left, the rescue person did send me pictures and a little small video of Sunflower adjusting to their home. And the person does find families for the rescue animals. And she said that Sunflower has been bathed and defleed, and they had found a family to adopt Sunflower, and I was happy about that. So later on that day, I think when Sunflower had got rescued, Mama Cat had came along right after the rescue person had left my home. I was home at the time. Mama Cat and the other 2 black cats that she had, they came over to eat. So, I'm quite sure Mama Cat was wondering where her other little baby was, but hunger really much took main focus with Mama Cat. So I went in, I got him some food. I called the rescue person and said, "Hey, Mama Cat and the other 2 babies, they are out here. Normally when I feed them to eat, they lounge on my porch, and they rest. You understand? They chill until nightfall. So I said, if you can, come back. Here's my son's number. I'm gonna be at work, so I won't be there to help you. Reach out to my son, let him know, and he will communicate with you, letting you know when the cats are on the porch chilling. That way you can come back and rescue." So the rescue person did come back and rescue Mama Cat. Mama Cat was easy. And then my son, Nigel, helped out with another one of the black cats, which was a girl cat. She was easy to get because she was just full and she was like passed out sleeping. So she was easy to get. But that one boy cat that we named Oscar, oh no. Oscar was not having it. I tell you, Oscar saw what was happening. Say, "Hey, you got my mama, you got my sister too. Oh, you have to put in work. You gonna have to catch me if you can." So my son Nigel had a time. I mean, Oscar, he tried to catch Oscar. Oscar was gone, and I haven't seen Oscar for like almost 2 or 3 days. He was out of there. So by that time, I was going on about my life, going on about business, because they're stray animals, they won't let you touch them. But I heard meow, meow, meow. I looked around. I was like, meow. So what's that? I said, oh my gosh, there he is. That's Oscar. That's Oscar. Oscar had came back because I guess after those 3 days of not being able to find mom or sister, he realized he was by himself. And Oscar had, I guess, he had to do the next best thing and use his instincts to stay alive. He became friendly. He knew that I was the one that fed him. He came around. He purred. He would run a little bit, but he allowed me. He trusted me enough to touch him and pet him. He did. I mean, he was still a little. I was still a little bit sketchy to him, but I gained his trust. Let's put it that way. I gained Oscar's trust. So I was feeding Oscar, and then my son came out to help me catch Oscar for the rescue person. And I guess he smelled my son's scent, and he he took off. Oscar said, I know you. I know, I can smell you, who you are, and I know what you did with my mom and my sister. No, so I had to tell Nigel, okay, back away. If he smell your scent, he's not going to come around, and we can't get him reunited with his family. So at one point, things were looking very scary for baby Oscar, because he just didn't come around for a while. It was like, I'd say about 2 or 3 days. Oscar stayed away from my home. Then one day I heard meow, meow, meow. And I saw him. And he was hungry. He was ready to eat. And I had some cat food, so I fed him. And he got rescued. It took a moment for him to actually really trust me. But he did. And he is now reunited with his mother, and I think the other 2 siblings were girl cats. Yeah, and he was the only boy cat. I don't know what sex the other 2 that passed away were, but yeah, it ended up being a happy ending. My name is Janata Virgil. Please like, subscribe, follow for more of my stories and more video that I have taken of the cats when they were here on my property, on my porch, and how I enjoyed my little stray cats outside. Yeah. Thanks again. Peace.